Hey guys, welcome to the great outdoors. Back on the Silver Comet Trail again today. Had a couple of little interesting events here lately. You guys might be interested in. One, I didn't tell you guys, but when I was in Florida, the last video I did, I showed a picture, some pictures of me catching these redfish. And, I couldn't video all of it because Tammy wasn't with me, so I just had to video myself. So all I could do was show you the fish. But anyway, when I got to the location where I fish right there, it's a parking lot of a restaurant. And, we fish there all the time. It's one of our favorite places to go, and it's really convenient. And, you can set your chair up and just sit there and relax. And if you've watched any of my videos, I'm sure you've seen that location before. But anyway, I got to the place and I started unloading my stuff, and there was a car that was parked, up next to the water in that parking lot. And, the guy's just looking out over the bay, which is not unusual. A lot of people do that. They'll park there just to, look. And during the day, before the restaurant kind of gets going, there's nobody in the parking lot. So, wasn't anything unusual. So, I walked up. I started setting my chair up and all this. And as I walked up, I got this distinct odor coming from this car. And being a school administrator formerly, I have smelled that smell before in our high school restrooms or maybe outside at a ball game, but it was most definitely marijuana. And so it was strong. So I go walking past this guy's car, and he's just sitting there with the window open. And I'm just there to mind my own, I'm there to fish. So, you mind your business, I'll mind mine. I'm gonna set my chair right here, because this is where I fish. This is a public area, so, you do what you're doing, I'm gonna do what I'm doing. Man, it was just, I don't know how much he was smoking, he was just smoking away. And I didn't want to stare at him, because, I just didn't want to look in his car, make him think I was a policeman or something, make him freak out. So, but a lot of people do mistake me for a policeman. And I don't know if it's because of the way I act or what it is, but a lot of people, I have been thought of that I was law enforcement before. Probably because when I was a school administrator, I'd worked with the police so much, and I did investigations with the police and the resource officers and detectives and people like that. I knew all of them, so I know how they operate. But anyway, I didn't want the guy to think I was, there to apprehend him. So anyway, I didn't really want to look at him, but I did glance over just out of curiosity, because I'm like, how much marijuana is this guy gonna smoke sitting here in this parking lot? So when I look over, the guy, he had all white hair. I don't know how old he was, but he was at least in his 60s. And I thought, well, it's gonna be some guy, in a tank top and bandana around his head and Willie Nelson shirt on or so. I don't know, maybe a Grateful Dead. So I look over there, and now he's like in a, like a casual, like what you would call office casual kind of dress. He had on a sports shirt with a collar. He had a briefcase. He had some paperwork kind of out there somewhere that he was looking at or doing something with. And I don't know that he had a laptop out or anything like that, but he looked fairly professional. So anyway, I guess he was relaxing. But it was just so funny that that guy was sitting there just smoking right there next to me. I mean, I was like 15 feet, 20 feet from him. Okay, so he's sitting there smoking away, and I started fishing. I will catch these little bitty pinfish, and if you're not familiar with a pinfish, you live in some other part of the country, it's kind of the saltwater version of a brim, you know, or a sunfish. And so I'll catch those, and I'll put them on a hook and a sinker, and I'll throw them out, and I catch the big fish on the live little fish. I guess I'll sit down, you know, and just sit here in the chair, watch this rod, you know. So as soon as I sat down, there goes that rod. I mean, that fish about jerked it into the water. It was crazy. And I was like, whoa, you know, so I grabbed it, and, you know, I catch this big old redfish and reel it in, and right in front of this guy. And I couldn't help but think, this poor old guy, he's probably sitting here, and he should be high as a kite based on the amount of marijuana smell, you know, on the, you know, just from the time that I was there, he had smoked plenty. And so I was thinking, I bet he's just as high as he can be, and he's sitting there and he's watching, you know, and showed up and caught a fish within about 3 minutes. And I thought he was thinking, wow, man, this guy's the greatest fisherman that ever lived. But I was just thinking, I bet he's really impressed with me. So he may have been, I don't know. He stayed there a while longer, maybe 20 minutes, and then he left. But I thought, you know, it was really nice of me to put on that show, you know, for that high old working man that was there in the parking lot. Yeah, that was exciting. Catching those fish in front of the high guy, the high older working gentleman. He's probably on a break. It was probably his lunch break or something.